evening, everybody. The narcissist. So, the narcissist was never at your caliber. They had to fake it to get you. And that's most of the problem, right? We know that after we've been with them, we realize that not only they're just an imposter and they had to fake everything to be with you. That they're the bottom of the barrel, but God used them to wake you up, to shake you up. And a lot of times what I personally believe that when a narcissist comes to us, it's because of our light, not only just our light of goodness, but that it's the light of God that's in us, dwelling in us. And they like the energy, the fuel, they need healing, they need comfort. A lot of times they're doing a lot of craziness out there and they need that calm. It's like the chaos is something that they can get anywhere. It's the calm and the love and the care, the support, the real deal. It hits different and you can't fake it. And they, of all people, know this. They know because they can read people. They're the best at reading people. We all know that. And as much as they make it a lifetime, a life story, a lifetime, just like the channel, they are one and the same with acting and understanding who is acting as well and who is real. And when they meet that empath, that's truth, that loves them truly, that cares for them truly, that throws that at them. And you wonder, well, because they don't feel empathy, will they just, it's no big deal. Or some people will say they don't care, they don't miss you, or they don't miss anything about you or whatever. They just go to another source of supply. It's just about fuel. It's not just about fuel. At the end of the day, fuel is the most important thing. But it's kind of like at the end of the day, food and water, or bread and water. We need protein and bread and water, we need some sort of warmth in the winter, but if it's up to us, we might want like steak and lobster, surf and turf, or something. And so there's the difference is in stuff like that. It's the quality and also the commodity, because not everybody truly loves. And that's apparent because we've landed on one of these fools, several of them, a lot of us. So we know that there's many of them out there if we've landed on several ourselves over the years. One to another, yeah, maybe we were on a certain vibration, or maybe we had our boundaries low, and we were targeted because of our light. But it's not just our light, it's God's light inside us. I think that, there's light workers and then there's workers of iniquity. And there's a lot of those out there today. And a lot of those are on a transactional level. Maybe they're not completely non-empathetic, but they are at a level that's somewhat transactional. And we kind of, in some ways, if we're treated right, with respect, we'll love unconditionally. And that's what the narcissist always wants. They talk about it all the time. Their main thing is that they even put a request in. I've had them tell me they want loyalty, but they also want to be loved unconditionally. But then they abuse that. They want unconditional love and loyalty with zero boundaries and no rules for them. They want to have their cake and eat it too, but do what they say, don't do what they do. I grew up in these families. I know, I've heard them say it myself. And they're always saying, they would always tell me they're schemers or stuff like that. Just, out and about. Just funny to them. But scheming is not the way to live your life. And they do get off on it. But at the end of the day, when everything quiets down, and whenever there is no chaos, they will. When they had peace with you and comfort and true love and care and protection, it's almost like they had to sabotage it and they had to destroy it because it's built into their system. But they're in covenant with something evil that they're attached to for life. And now their life is to run around every 3 to 6 months in and out of another relationship over and over and over again until they're dead, until they're rickety. And as much as they want unconditional love and loyalty and protection, because they say they seek, the acronyms fill, it would be like protector, somebody who is a helper because they're lazy, they don't have common sense, and somebody that is has integrity, which is pretty much loyalty, and a true lover. That's what they search for. And if you want to know one thing that they test you for in the love bomb phase to see whether you're hooked and whether you're the right one, is they will tell you about a predicament that they were in as a child and see how you react to it. Do you react with empathy, or do you react with more like apathy, And so you were tested that way when they told you some tragedy they had when they were a child, and they were looking to see your response. That was one of the tests that they do to you. Another one of the tests they do to you to check to see if you're that one is they will triangulate you and see how you react to that. If you still will stay with them, even though they're kind of hinting to you that they were kind of ending another relationship, and you might have given them a week to finish it, or to get, to end it, because they were monkey branching to you, and maybe you caught them, or maybe they let you catch them to see how you would react. They will talk a lot about you when you're not there anymore, especially when they know they can never get you back. There's going to be a lot of instances in their life where they will be forced to reflect on the fact that you were the best thing that they could ever have received, and that you were probably the closest thing that they ever got to what was to a level of somebody connected to God. I mean, a lot of times, if they did truly grow up in some of the turmoils that they speak of, which we know, like, a lot of it's a lie, but whatever, nevertheless, they still, because of their vibration and the way they live their life, they don't get a lot of people around them that operate correctly. A lot of times they may not even care too much because of the level of depravity that they have gotten to. But when they do, and they experience that, I just don't think that they've experienced that before, or many times before, to a certain level of what you put in. You were putting in work, y'all. I mean, you're talking about, you gave them more than you've given anybody, to the point to where you're almost losing everything, or all of your energy and your vitality. And they know the truth from the lie. If anybody does, the narcissist should. I mean, as much as they're gaslit, they also know what the truth looks like. I just think that they deny to accept it. And a lot of times you're wondering, where is their karma? They're reaping what they're sowing, and it's you. It's you, because they're never going to get another you. And they know that, because they know what they've gotten in the past, and it was nothing close, and they're already close to 40. They could reflect back, and they haven't experienced that before. And they can look forward and know that they're not going to again, because, I mean, a lot of them, let's face it, a lot of good people are already married. That's part of it. That's one. They are not at your level. They have to downgrade in everything when they leave you. And there's nothing worse than that. It's nothing worse than being rich and then having to go down to middle class. That sucks, y'all. You think about that crap every day. And when they leave you, you were like them at a status of rich because you were cleaning up all their messes in the background. Like I said, you made them look like a really good covert narcissist because you were fixing all their garbage, you were enabling them, backing them up. They really would like to come back to you because you already been trained. That's what they were hoping. They really thought you were probably one of the weaker of the bunch, one of the ones that they could get anything over on you. But what they didn't know was you kind of knew what was going on and you let it happen. I mean, you were still under the spell or else you wouldn't have done it. But when you're coming out of it and you think back, it's kind of like you had these inklings and I guess maybe the spell was wearing off, but it's like you think you played me, but no, I let you. That's what it was. It was like you cared enough to let them play you. And that's what they don't understand. They think that, you know, your empathy and your vulnerability is weak. That's strength, y'all. We just needed to build a few boundaries to make it as strong as cement, to build walls around it, to only allow certain people into our life, to only talk to certain people, to only allow certain people to know things about you anymore, because there's monitoring spirits that work with these people, and they hate humanity, and they hate the light of God, and they want to put it out. But anyway, if you can give me a like, subscription, and a thumbs up, will they miss you? Of course they will. They'll think about you often. It's like the rich man that is forced to go live middle class lifestyle. On the daily basis, they're going to be thinking of, instead of this Camaro, I had a Bugatti. That sucks. Instead of a $10 million home, now I got a $250,000 home or a $500,000 home. That ain't even close, y'all. Anyway, peace, love y'all. We out.